Now, the story of one man's struggle to break the chains that have held him and his ancestors for generations. This is a story of one attempt to break the bonds of humdrum existence of the slave factories. Break the 9-to-5-ness of the factory routine. Break, finally broken free. Free of his ruts. The story of Ruts will continue following this short message.
Hey, Joe, what's wrong with you? You look like you didn't get any sleep at all last night.
Oh, yeah? Well, mind your own damn business.
Oh, man, what's the matter with you, Joe? You used to be such a wimp of a jelly spine, and now you're kicking people all over the place.
Bill, I got tired of being my dull, listless self. From now on, I'm not going to take crap from anybody. I'll stomp you as soon as I look at you.
Ooh! Oh, what's gotten into Joe? Oh!
I've started taking Haley's MF. With Haley's MF, I can lick up to 47 times my weight in excess individuals whenever I take the whim. And Haley's MF doesn't upset my stomach. I'm such a mofo that I can stomp your face till blood comes out of your mouth and still not get sick to my stomach.
You mean Haley's MF turns you into such a crap kicker so fast, but still is mild to your stomach? Ooh!
Yes, that's new Haley's MF. So you can turn into a mofo anytime you need to pummel a buddy senseless.
Oh!
Welcome back to the story of Ruts. Ruts begins back in the hills of the homeland. Back in the heart of country, where young Mayford Bodine is about to begin his manhood training. The ancient Kentucky ritual of working under a '52 Ford pickup truck. But although he has been warned about venturing too near the interstate, where the slave merchants await to capture young Kentuckians and take them to Dayton to work at Frigidaire, young Mayford spots something that takes his mind off the work and the warning. Look! A can of Strohs! Young Mayford rushes out from under the '52 Ford pickup and across the field to where he has spotted the alluring can of Strohs, lying glistening in the bright Kentucky sun. Oh boy, beer! I'm gonna drink till I puke! As Mayford reaches the beer, out of the bushes jump two men with nets and clubs. Wrestling young Mayford down, he is being carried away, tied up and bound, and the men take Mayford up to the interstate and place him in a '56 slave Chevy to begin the long ride up to the factories of Dayton. While his very freedom is taken away, and the impending slavery of the Dayton factory work draws closer, only one thought is on young Mayford Bodine's mind. Beer! Oh, shit! I'm gonna keep drinking till I fall on my face! Mayford, lying on the bottom of the evil slave Chevy, is kept company by the other young Kentuckians and 23 chickens being brought north for market. The driver of the slave Chevy is having serious moral doubts. Having had his license revoked for transporting Coors beer across the Mississippi state line, he is forced to take the only job available, however unsavory. The position is made no better when the foreman of the expedition makes the driver an unconscionable offer. Oh, quit griping. I'll give you a little briar, boy, to change your oil. It doesn't need changing. That's okay. Back in Kentucky, they change oil just to keep greasy. Farther up the interstate, the huge slave Chevy rolls toward Dayton. Young Mayford Bodine, 32 Kentuckians, and 23 chickens heading for market all moan their fate. Never to see their parents or family, except on the weekend and whenever they're laid off. These thoughts race through the mind of the still-stunned Mayford Bodine. Dayton! Wow! I heard about Dayton. It's bigger than a hazard! For the remainder of the journey, Mayford continues to ponder his fate, as appointment with Dayton comes even closer. Dayton, hell, I'm gonna rent me a bowling shirt and go out on the town. Quiet back there, we're going through Cincinnati. But this only brings more questions. Cincinnati? Is that bigger than Dayton? Yeah, Cincinnati's a lot bigger than Dayton. You hear that? He said Cincinnati is bigger than Dayton. Oh, nothing is bigger than Dayton. Bigger than Dayton Hall. After miles and miles, the slave Chevy finally pulls into the parking lot of Delco Moraine. The young Kentuckians and 23 chickens unload at Delco. As they finally hit the parking lot, they are filed into a line to be taken to Frigidaire, Delco Moraine, NCR, and the State Bureau of Unemployment. Mayford is one of the lucky ones. He is sent to Frigidaire. Oh boy, Dayton, I'm gonna go to a bar and drink till I pass out in my own vomit. The rest of the Kentuckians, as well as the 23 chickens being brought north to market, are unloaded. As they depart from the slave Chevy, the driver notices the young Kentuckian who changed his oil. Why, you friggin' beat the scoter to that pirate. Hey, how can you be mad at the guy who changed your oil? He changed it to antifreeze. The little As Mayford Bodine is taken to the factory, the last insult is added to the humiliation already heaped upon him. Young Mayford Bodine is forced to give up his old world name, the heritage of the Kentucky Hills, and adopt the Dayton name of Bob Smith. No! I'm Mayford Bodine, great Kentucky warrior! That may be. Now get down off the table and we'll talk about it. But the ways of the factory are too strong. Young Mayford Bodine is forced to take the new name through torture. Well, it's too bad about your name, Mr. Bodine. There's a color TV and 3 cases of Strohs here for Mr. Bob Smith. What's this Bodine crap? Just give me my beer and my TV and old Bob Smith will be on his way. And so ends the first chapter in the story of Ruts. Stay tuned after the following message for scenes from next week's episode of Ruts.
Hi there, this is Dick Cluck with one of the most fantastic record offers of all time. If you act right now, you can receive for only $5.95, $6.95 for 8-track and cassette, the greatest hit of the Count 5. You'll get Psychotic Reaction. And you'll get this big Count 5 hit, Psychotic Reaction. Plus, who could ever forget the Count 5's version of this great song? Psychotic Reaction. Yes, you get every hit record the Count 5 ever recorded. That's right, every song the Count 5 ever sang that made it to the top of the charts. You'll surely want to listen to this one. Well, I need you, girl, by my side. And of course, what Count 5 album would ever be complete without their great hit, Psychotic Reaction? Plus many, many more. So send $5.95 for record, $6.95 for 8-track and cassette to Count 5's greatest hit album in care of the station, or simply call the number written on your screen. Act now, and as a free bonus, you'll receive every mother's son's greatest hit album as well. Hurry so the mailman can bring you your Count 5 album, and you can start listening to this great hit. I can't get your love, I can't get satisfaction. How will you know psychotic reaction?
And now some scenes from next week's exciting episode of Ruts. Oh boy, Frigidaire, I'm gonna buy me a Chevy with 6 wheels. Mr. Smith, we're sorry, but you've been laid off. Laid off? Oh boy, I'm gonna get drunk till I myself. Tune in next week for another exciting adventure of a young man reaching through the generations, trying to establish his past and break free of the bonds of his ruts.